And that's what you've been good at, realizing like, oh, the right and the left, we both want the same thing. And they keep us fighting over the stupid
That's right.
stuff, yelling communist, fascist.
Yes.
When really we want that we're all trying to get, make more money, do better, help each other.
Right.
But they do a great job of keeping each other at other's throats.
I'm with you 100%. My neighbor is not my enemy. My neighbor is suffering under the same oligarchy that I am and everyone else is.
Yeah, I think we see it because for me, I'm in the fight industry. I travel all these different gyms. We hang out with people. Comedy, you travel all these different places, left, right. You realize, oh, most people are good people. I'm for sure comedy is very similar in that aspect because I go to so many different gyms and I can get along with everyone. It doesn't matter, who you are. So, liberal, leftist, black, white, makes no difference. And I imagine comedy is very similar.
Yes, except in Hollywood, they really became shit libs.
Hollywood got terrible. Because it is interesting. I noticed, there is for some reason there's a huge overlap between comedy and fighting. It's got to be Joe Rogan. So many comedians are like also follow fighting. So it's really interesting.
I like UFC fighting sometimes. I'm not a big fan of the ground and pound and all that stuff. Yeah. And I know Eddie Bravo. He's great with the.
He's great on jiu-jitsu.
But I like boxing because like when. Tyson Fury fought Deontay Wilder, and it was the last round, and Wilder knocks down Tyson Fury, right? And they're like, "Oh, that's it." He's like, "Out, it's over." And then they gets 10 seconds to get back up, and he gets back up. And I'm like, so that's what makes it exciting. You have more comebacks in boxing than you do in UFC fighting.
Yeah, I think that's actually probably worse on your brain, though, because you get knocked down, you get a chance to recover and come back up.
Oh, yeah.
UFC, you get dropped, the guy comes down, and a lot of times will finish you.
Yeah.
But no, I like both. I like boxing and UFC, but I favor UFC. And it seems like the sport's probably getting more popular. I think the reason is you can't avoid each other in the UFC. They make all the top fighters fight each other. In boxing, a lot of times the top fighters will avoid each other, and that pisses people off.
Well, there's all the different like WBC, WBA, IBF. There's everybody's got different promoters, and
and there are some other shows besides the UFC that also pay well, but UFC is the biggest one, and they don't let you avoid anyone. It's like you fight who they tell you to fight, unless you're maybe Conor McGregor. They might let him pick the fights, but everyone else fights who they tell them. But it's good for the fans because the top guys are always fighting each other.
Yeah, I agree. So what is there any science on the CTE for UFC fighters?
There's not real strong science on it. There's like some of it I think got overblown. It's certainly real. I'm not gonna say it's not real because there are some fighters I've seen that slurred speech, but as a whole, I've noticed it a lot more in boxing than in UFC because I've seen a lot of older boxers and some of them do look a little messed up, but most older fighters are still fine. I think the reason is because they're headhunting. You can get knocked down, get back up. They're not mixing the grappling too. So there's way more grappling, striking, kicking. In boxing, they're really just hunting the head. I mean, they do body shots too. And then the gloves actually probably make it worse because you take more shots in the gloves. So I don't know.
So I always was told that boxing gloves aren't there to protect your head; they're to protect your fist from breaking.
Your fist, and you're less likely to get knocked out too, which allows you to take more shots. So it does make it less likely to knock you out the bigger the gloves are.
Oh,
but when they fight, they're in pretty small gloves. I think 8. If we're doing hard sparring, we put on like 16-ounce gloves. And the UFC fights in 4-ounce gloves, so way more knockouts. But ultimately, I think the knockout a lot of times might be better for you than just to get beat senseless for 10 rounds.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know the science behind it, but I know talking to a bunch of boxers versus UFC fighters, I can see the boxing definitely appears worse to me.
Okay.
So, I think some of the CTE have got over-exaggerated too. They see the brain scans. They don't. It's a new science. They just want to hype it up, make it sound like it's the worst thing ever.
Well, and in football, it seemed like this season they seem to be letting them play more, but last season was crazy how they were calling guys for he used his helmet or he did this or it seems like this year that's kind
I think football might even be worse than fighting because they're running it out each other and just charging and boom over and over.
Well, that's why they changed the kickoffs this year.
Did they? No, I don't really follow football.
So they used to have they would kick off from like the 20 and everybody would run full speed. And so now they don't do that anymore. They have everybody like start way up at the 40 and you can't take off until the guy catches the ball. And it's like,
it makes it a little more boring, but it probably makes sense because those guys get cracked hard. I've known a lot of, even though I don't follow football player, I've known much football players because I'd work out at the same gym lifting with a bunch of these guys and they'd be getting cracked. And a lot of them have short careers too.
Yeah, I'm for the new kickoffs. At first I was like, what? And then I'm like, no, I think this makes sense.
It's probably better. Might give the guys longer careers.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of these guys only play, I think, it's average of 3 years.
Something like that. It's short, that's for sure. Yeah.
A 3-year. I mean, obviously, a lot of guys have a lot more career than that, but I think that's the average. So a lot of these
Yeah.
guys are just in and out, don't make any real money unless they're a top guy, and it's a brutal sport. I think all professional sports are, I guess. But anything you do different, like comedy. Let's go into your comedy real quick. It's funny. I know you as
Okay.
like it's a political guy. That's why I got into you. But I mean, you were a comedian for what, multi years first?
Yeah, so
I need to watch some of your comedy.
I had my first Comedy Central special in I think 2004. And then I had an hour special in 2008 called Citizen Jimmy, and that got some attention. It was chosen Best of the Year by iTunes, and I thought I was going to become a big star, and then I thought I was going to be like Jim Gaffigan selling out
Yeah.
theaters and stuff. That didn't happen, but because I don't know why, it just didn't. And then I started doing a show at the UCB Theater called Citizen Jimmy, which was a version of this, but it was in front of a live audience, and it had a lot more jokes. And whenever I do a show in front of a live audience with videos, it's more comedy, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it's like a hybrid of the Daily Show and Bill Maher. And so, anyways, I started doing that show. I got some people from KPFK Radio saw me do it at the Improv. They gave me a radio show.